This is Grammy Co, and I'm here on this video today to introduce myself to you moms. I am sure that you would like to get to know who you're entrusting the time with your children with. If you're here, either one of my friends have told you about me or somehow you found me on the internet. So my name is Cohen. I am from Louisiana. I do have Cajun blood in me. I live in Tennessee now. I have 7 children ranging, well, I'll just tell you their ages. 30, 28, 25, 19, 17, fixing to be 16, and 14 next week. So I have one grandson. He's going to be 8 next week, and one on the way that I'm excited about. I'm excited about all of them, but so I'm also a Christian, and I don't apologize for it. I'm not one that's pushy and going around everywhere trying to convert people, and that's not what this channel is about. But I do want you to know that Jesus is the love of my life, and I fail very much in striving to live for Him. I am very imperfect, very flawed, and so I pray that you'll give me grace as I'm doing this, and as I try to live with grace and love. And my videos are geared towards children, but I do hope to make some for you moms as well. Okay, the reason I'm making this video, let me just say this first. I am not a boisterous, bubbly type person. I can be that way when I'm comfortable with those around me. I take time to warm up usually. I'm a very open, transparent person though. I'm very welcoming. At first, sometimes I'm nervous. So doing this is making me very nervous. I don't like to be on camera, and I'm not a confident person, and I'm just winging this. Like, I haven't written anything down. I actually already did this once and didn't like it, so I deleted it, and now I'm starting over. So, yeah, I'm not comfortable, but I hope to grow in this area. So, back to my reasons. 12 years ago, I lost my dad, and 2 of my children, well, several were young, but the 2-year-old, the 4-year-old, at the time, they're now 14 and 16 almost, and even my 17-year-old. They were so young, and they don't remember him much. We have some videos, but not a lot, so we get to see him on those. And my dad was funny, and he sang, and he loved kids, and it's just wonderful to see him on video. So in the event, none of us are guaranteed our lives tomorrow, and I have a lot of children and only one grandchild right now and one on the way, but who's to say I'll be here for all of them? So I hope that this will be something that they can see and watch and get to know their grandma if they don't know me, or if they live far away like I do from 2 of my children, they will be able to watch me, and I can read to them and teach them things from a distance. And thankfully, technology has made that possible. Of course, it would be much better to be able to be with them physically and face to face and hugging them and interacting with them. But if it can't be that, then this is the next best thing, I guess. Anyway. So that was my thinking. My daughter actually posted something about one of her friends, or a post she found, not knowing their grandpa. So that is what put this thought in my mind, as well as living away from my kids. How can I interact with my grandkids besides FaceTime, which is going to be wonderful if I have to use that. But also, as a busy mom with 7 kids, and I homeschooled, it was hard when I'm nursing. I have toddlers. I'm homeschooling middle school, beginning high school, and there's always laundry. It never stops. Uh, so it was hard, a lot, and I even longed for. We never lived by our grandparents, so we were always away, and so I longed for that grandma figure for my kids to have that. I am very big on wanting my children to be around elderly people and being able to interact and communicate with older people and learn from older people. So I asked a lady at church if she would come and read just an hour for once a week to my little ones while I did school or caught up on laundry or whatever. It's something that I longed for, and I hope maybe I can do that for some young mom near me, or my daughters or daughter-in-laws, who I love dearly just as much as my own. And so anyway, I was hoping that this could be something for young moms that are busy. And you know, YouTube is not the safest place for things, so I wanted to provide a safe place for a grandma figure to read to your children, maybe teach them. I have some ideas about that. I'd like to teach young children between the ages. My daughter learned at 4, really easy, but most of them were 5 and 6. So around 4 to 7, teach them to read, maybe some math. I don't like the high school grades, teaching that, but I do love to teach like kindergarten through 5th grade, and I like the crafts, hands-on stuff that I can do with them. So being virtual, it's going to be hard, challenging, not hard, doable, and I want it to be things that you have at home that you don't have to make a special trip for, that's not expensive. And I hope to be able to learn how to put at the bottom of the video like what you'll need. I don't know how to do all that stuff yet. So be patient with me and help as I learn and grow in this adventure. So that's my goal. I have some friends who one dear friend in New Jersey has 6 now, and they're all, I think, 12 and under, maybe 11, and she's busy and it's hard, and I know it's tough for her. She's wonderful and does a great job, but I told her if I lived near her, I would come and help her out some. It's my heart to help young moms. I was there, and I know what it's like. It's a joy. It's wonderful, but it's tough. And some days are harder than others. Some days are nothing but blessing. Most days are a mix. And I just want to tell you that if you are in that season of your life, don't wish for it to be over and quickly pass. It does quickly pass. Even though when you're in it, it doesn't feel like it. It does quickly pass. And while it's very physically demanding on you, young moms, when you get older, it becomes more of a mental demanding energy from you. I'm close with all my kids. It's wonderful to have them grow and become your friends, and come to the point in their life where, hey, I actually want my mom's opinion. And she actually does know some things. So it's wonderful to still feel needed by them in a different kind of way, and wanted, mostly wanted. So that season is coming, but you are preparing your children now for it. You are growing your relationship with them now, and they are going to take things sometimes and see them from a different perspective and not understand your purposes and your decisions and the ways that you train them and teach them. But you have to let all that go and let God take control of those things. You do the best you can, and you trust that God is going to honor your faithfulness to Him. And so that season's coming, but don't wish for the season you're in to be quickly over. It's just a wonder to have the children when they're young and inquisitive and wanting to be with you. And don't worry about the laundry. It's never going to be gone. And the dishes, you'll get to them that night. Like, don't fret over those things is what I'm trying to say. We fret so much over the little things that are not important. Be thankful when you put your head down at night that you got to sit by your little one and hold them and comfort them when they had a scraped knee, or that they wanted to help you clean up the spilt milk, or you had them help you. That you did it together. Don't worry about the things that were left undone, the mopped floor or the dusting, or, the trash being taken out. It'll still be there. It's not going anywhere, trust me. And as they grow and you teach them to help you, they become a help and it gets easier. But in the midst of it, you're learning to lean on Christ. And I hope you are. If not, if you don't have that belief, then I'm sorry. You'll still get through it. And hopefully you have people to help you. But learning to depend on Christ and learning to see His goodness in all of these things, and watching Him work in your children, it's not always visible on a daily basis. I always would get discouraged because I'd hear people say things, oh, I see God working in my children, and it would be like, I can't think right now, comments that they would make that make you think like, well, I don't see that every day. Like, what am I doing wrong? It's not like that. You don't see it every day, but you can look back and say, you remember when your child used to do this? Or I see they're getting better about this or that. And it's your faithfulness to God and wanting to train and teach them in His way that you see them growing and learning. And God will work. He does do His work. He's using you to do a lot of it right now. But there's things that He does we can't see. He's doing a work that is supernatural in their hearts. And He's growing those seeds that will come to fruition later in life. And it's not going to look like you think. I know I made the mistake of thinking in my mind, if I do this and I do that and I do all these things for the Lord, and then they're going to grow up and just love Jesus. Well, they do. And they don't, not right away, and it doesn't happen the way you think, and nor in the timeline that you hope. And for some, they're blessed, and it happens just that way. But we can't expect that it's gonna happen the way we think. We need to be understanding that God may have a different plan for them, and there's a reason why. And you can't blame yourself, moms. We all make mistakes. We all mess up. Every one of us. I've had many friends just grieve over, oh, my child's not, following God, or they're doing this, and they believe this different, and, what did I do wrong? And I've been there. But, it's not always that you did something wrong, because Jesus, God, created the perfect atmosphere for Adam and Eve. The most wonderful place to live in. No problems. Nothing going on that was bad or even remotely a hint of bad. And He placed two perfectly made people, Adam and Eve, in that perfect place. And yet they sinned, and God is perfect. He didn't mess up. So we can't expect to do better than God. But we can trust that God is good and that God has a plan. And if your children are chosen to be His, they will be. So do the best you can, Mom, to cling to Christ, to spend time with Him. And that's another thing that I felt guilt over all the years was, sermons about you need to have your daily quiet time. You need to get up before everybody, spend time with God alone. And I'm not a morning person, and I struggled to get up in the morning, and there were times I was getting up at 5. That was the earliest I could do, but I didn't do it consistently. And when you have a toddler getting up in the middle of the night and a nursing baby getting up in the middle of the night, and you're pregnant, I remember one night walking down the hallway with a toddler and one holding my hand, a nursing baby and I was pregnant. And I was just crying, please give me sleep, God. But I made it. I survived through it. But I was clinging to God. And I've learned that I was putting expectations on myself. I was trying to live by others' convictions. And we can't do that, Mom. Trust your relationship with God. Trust Him to lead you. And if you're loving Him and giving Him your thoughts, when you're not busy and you're turning your thoughts back to God, when you're, even if you just read a little devotional in the bathroom, I called those my manna minutes because I only got a few minutes. And I even can remember one of my toddlers laying on the floor outside the bathroom door, sticking his hand under the door. But I took that time, and they knew, don't knock, don't come in. This is Mama's manna minutes. But when your thoughts and your heart are continually turning back to the Lord, when your moments are free, when you're doing algebra, He's in the back of your mind, but you're not like praying to Him in that moment necessarily, focused prayer. But when you're done and you're washing dishes and you're looking out the window at the children playing and you're praying to God, that's what He wants. He just wants your heart, for you to love Him throughout the day. Yes, Bible reading is important. I'm not diminishing that at all. We do need to spend time in the Word. But God understands our season. He knows where we are. And if we just get that little nugget of one verse and we mull on it throughout the day, that's okay. God uses that. I was expecting an hour or two before everyone woke up in this deep study, and it just doesn't work like that. Not for everyone. Some can. But God didn't make you that person. And I know that you may look up to that person as the most wonderful person, and they may be a great person, but they're not you. And when you're trying to live someone else's life or someone else's convictions, then you're not trusting God. So look to Him and always turn your thoughts back to Him and give Him your heart. So that was just one little lesson I didn't plan on giving. I wanted to share Matthew 11:28 and 30, where Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Jesus is our resting place. He gives us rest, and we need to come to Him. So your coming is you turning your heart to Him, you turning your thoughts to Him. It doesn't necessarily mean prostrate on the floor while getting on your knees and praying is a wonderful, good, needful thing. You need to understand that God can work in those little moments, those little nuggets, those manna minutes. And He would rather you talk with Him throughout all the day than that one little hour, read His Word, pray, and then don't pay any attention to Him the rest of the day. He wants your heart, and He's there walking beside you all through the day. He's in those messy moments, and you can give them to Him. And as you're going through the frustration of crushed Cheerios on the floor, a baby in the high chair painted with tomato sauce for the 50th time, and this one not wanting to do their math, and that one whining because they hate writing, and you can pray. My children knew if I said, okay, y'all, I'm going to go to the bedroom for 5 minutes, they knew I was going to pray. And God, help me. I'm very frustrated right now. Help me to show your love and not impatience in this moment. And I'd come out almost like a new person. And did my kids see me frustrated and angry and lose it sometime? Absolutely. But you know what? When you come back to them and you say, Mom, I didn't act right. Would you please forgive me for being impatient with you and talking to you so harshly? They're so forgiving. They are just as much an example to us of God's love and forgiveness as we are to be to them. And there's so much grace with our children. I'm so thankful for them and how much they've taught me about loving. And then when you grow and they become your friends, and you're just so close, and they are your protector. My sons are my protectors. They will defend their mom like it's unbelievable. And my oldest, they all give me this hug when I see them. My oldest just stands there and holds his arm out. He knows what Mama wants, and he gives me a hug. And my other one, who lives in Louisiana still, just called yesterday, and I just came back from a visit, and he shared how much he loved me being there and sharing life with him and wants me to live with him. I mean, how good is that? Tore my heart in pieces because I want to be with all of them, but I can't. And anyway, that's who I am. I'm a mama's heart. I'm a mom, and I have a heart for young moms, and I'm learning this as I go, but I'm going to read books to kids. I want to teach kids different little things school-wise. I have some ideas about trying to make it fun and engaging for them. If you have ideas, I do want to hear them. Please share them with me. I need all the help I can get. And if you have questions about schooling, if you have questions about mothering, I'll be glad to help. I'm a very open person. I'm easygoing, very laid back, and I just have a heart to minister. And this is a way I found to do it, to kill two birds with one stone, so they say, to make a video for my grandkids, to have future grandkids, and even now, I even did one video with my grandson the other day, and also to minister to moms who don't have family around to help, who may be looking for that grandma figure and can't find one. I never did, but God really taught me to depend on Him. And anything you need, please feel welcome to contact me, and I can get back with you. So I guess that's all I have to say. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I can always make another one, right? So please share my videos, share my channel with people you know, and help me to grow this thing. And I want to be a grandma, virtual grandma, mentor to young moms. And do I know everything? Absolutely not. I'm still homeschooling 2 and have 1 in private school. I have 3 still at home. So, you don't have everything figured out. You never will. If we did, would we have to lean on Christ? No. What kind of faith would that be if we just rested in all that we know and think we have it figured out? And we're learning as we go, and each child is different, so we have to handle everything differently. And I know there was a time when I would look at other moms and think, oh, this or that, or I've had moms come to me and just frustrated, but they were trying to live with other people's convictions. They were trying to do things the way they saw another mom do. And I've told them all, God made your family different. Your unique situation is different. The dynamics of your family is not the same as other families. And you need to seek God for answers and for how to handle situations with your family and the convictions that you have. Yes, you can learn from people. God wants us to learn from others, but He wants us to depend on Him. So let that final resting place be Him. Let Him lead you and be confident in where He leads you. I can look back on my life and see how, I followed her in this because I looked up to her and respected her and thought she was so godly, and she was. But her family was different than mine, and there were things I shouldn't have done because my family's different. I'm different. I'm a different kind of mother, and I'm very nurturing, and I've learned to trust where God leads me and not copy others or mimic, even though it's a good thing. Trust God and how He leads you. Another thing is, as young moms, we tend to go to other young moms and learn from them. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that's a wrong thing, but God has designed for older women to teach the younger. And I always thought it interesting that it says for the older women to teach the younger women how to love their children. Not the whole verse, but just that aspect was like, well, God, why would an older woman need to teach a younger woman to love their children? Don't we all love our children? Isn't that a natural, innate thing in us? Like, how can you not love your kids? But there's so much more involved in loving our children than the emotion. It's being willing to love them, sometimes we have to do hard things. Sometimes they need hard lessons. Sometimes we have to discipline. Sometimes we have to rebuke and correct. It's not always fun. And sometimes kids are good manipulators, in case you didn't know that. And they know how to twist their mama's hearts. We have to be strong to love our children rightly and to lead them correctly to the Lord and to learn just good morals and to do the right thing. So that is what God meant in teaching younger to love their children. Because sometimes we softy moms, and I'm one of them, it's a little harder to do that tough love. And so I want to be that older mom that helps younger moms, not to tell you what to do, but to give you maybe things to think about, to give a perspective of one who's already been on the other side, because you and your friends your age can only see things from where you are. And God knows that there's wisdom in having lived through life already. So that's part of what I want to be, if I can do that for you, and or give you a safe place to say, okay kids, watch this video while I rest, pray, or do whatever you need. Have a coffee drink with chocolate, and that always helps, right? So if I can do that for you, I would love to do that for you. If you have any questions, any suggestions, please contact me and let me know, as I will try to respond and get with you personally. And one other thing I wanted to say. Can't remember. So, okay. Yeah, that's all. I hope you have a great day, and if this is what you're looking for, I hope it'll be a blessing to you. I hope you'll pass it on. And if it's not what you're looking for, that's okay. You don't have to come to my channel. But thank you for taking the time to listen. And oh, I was going to say that if anyone had negative comments or wanted to argue, or I'm not up for that. That's not what I'm in for. I'm here to be a blessing, and if you don't like what I'm offering, or if you don't like what I say, don't be ugly. Just leave. And I'm not going to post those comments. I'm not going to respond to them. If I can, I'm not even going to read them. But I want this to be a place of grace, where you can be yourself and share what you need, or help meet your needs any way I can. And a safe place, a wholesome place. And I will teach from a biblical perspective, as I am a believer in Christ and love Him. So if that's not what you want, I'm sure there'll be some videos that you can just watch if you want for your kids that are just fun. But if not, I'm sure there's other places you can go. I hope you have a good day, and thank you for watching.